The rules to successfully survive a sequel horror movie. The body count is always bigger. The death count's always much more elaborate, with much more blood, much more gore. And if you want your movie to become a successful franchise, never ever, ever assume the killer is dead. Hey guys, me your host Superstar, thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! This is the ultimate Ghostface. This is Scream's Ghostface Killer from Neca, the ultimate version. I am so excited to have this in my collection, guys. At the beginning of this video, I couldn't resist giving you the rundown of the rules to successfully survive a horror movie sequel, because I did it in the first one, if you remember. So this is the second in the collection. I will continue the rules skit if we get any more figures. But for now, we're on the sequel, but not really. This is still based on the first film, I believe. Although we do get the glow-in-the-dark mask, which does hint at Scream 2. I also like the fact that we get the dirtied-up mask and the bloodied mask variants as well. We still get the voice recorder. I'm not sure what those two pieces are hiding away there. And we also get we got a scythe this time. When did he ever use a scythe? I can't remember when Ghostface used the scythe. Interesting. But this is the ultimate version of the figure, so I'm very excited. On the back, it does have a nice little artist rendering there with the little write-up which states, "The icon of Halloween returns with this brand new Ultimate Edition action figure featuring over 25 points of articulation and a real fabric cloak. Includes knives, scythe, voice changer, and 4 interchangeable heads and hands." The icon of Halloween? I think the icon of Halloween is Michael Myers, people. So it has got the little flap on the box, so you can open it up and see the figure inside, but I always open my figures anyway. But there you can see the nice art rendering shot of the Ghostface Killer. Right, let's break him out of the packaging. Very excited to have this one. Ooh. I used to keep all my Necas in boxes, but then I just got too many, and I just couldn't keep them. I used to line them up in the little cubby holes behind me. I couldn't do it after a while, they got too much. There was too many of them by the end. Thought my computer going to turn on there. Right. So we take the little thing off the front. Get all the pieces out. Lots of guns, lots of knives. The scythe, again, don't remember him ever using a scythe. Someone help me with that. Which film did he use a scythe? Little gel sachet, put that in the bin. Voice changer, which I'm never going to use. And then the different heads. I'll do a rundown of all the different heads as well today, because they are very different. I think I'm going to use the blooded one for this one, or the green mask. I can't decide which yet. Well, it goes that way, doesn't it? Stupid, mate. Right, there we go. Okay. So here is the Ghostface Killer out of the packaging, looking pretty cool. Always double check where your joints are first before you just don't just come in and just bend, by the way. Sometimes the joints can rotate. We can't lift the cloth up on this one, sadly, to see where the joints are. Oh, you don't want to, because you can see everything under there. Jeez. Under there is just a mechanical mess. There's not like a body under there or anything, it's weird. Right, so does this? Yeah, so it does rotate. So I've got the arm there, right? I've got the joint there, right? Just making sure everything's in order before we start. There we go. Always double check before you just start moving figures when they're fully clothed like this, because I've done it before where the joint has been backwards for some reason after it went through factory, and then I've gone to bend the arm and it's bent completely backwards and snapped off. So be very careful. The hood cloak actually pulls back so you can reveal the actual head to pop it off. So that's very nice, and it's got like a little wire in the hood so it keeps its shape, and then you can just pull that back over. Very tight as well, so it's not going to stretch or anything. It's very nicely done. But yeah, I actually like this one. I think this is maybe better than the actual cloth Neca one that I've got. I might prefer this one now. Which is a very nice figure indeed. Got a very nice face sculpt on that first one. Although it does remind me of Scary Movie. As much as I'm looking at it, it's Scream, but Scary Movie, isn't it, as well? I'm looking at him and I can just picture that voice in my head. I'm gonna slash your gash, you can hold in your ass, put blood in the walls, pretend with your balls, and the phone rings, don't answer that call. Pull up your foreskin and make an overcoat. Peace. I always love that film. So what I was looking at underneath, by the way, if I pull the cloak up, you can see. Actually underneath there's not actually a real body. It's just like two pieces of plastic flinging together, and then the legs are attached to it at the bottom. There's no filler or anything. It's just basic. I know they don't need to because it's got the cloak over it. But like I said earlier in another video, I wish with these figures they would have made it so that there's an actual person under there, so they could sell multiple ones. Because then we could have like the Billy Loomis, or you know, you could have the. It would make me buy two because I would want Billy, and I would also want. Is it Matthew Lillard? Someone commented the other day. The guy who voiced Shaggy. He was the other killer, wasn't he? So I'd much prefer to see to have those two and be able to or at least give us the heads so we can put them on. That'd be awesome. And you know what? I hope that they don't just stop with Ghostface. I would actually willingly accept like a Billy Loomis figure from the end of the film where he's like covered in blood and stuff. From that reveal scene, I would love that. But Articulation, anyway, I've got a bit carried away. Articulation, so the head is on a ball joint. You can look up, down, left, and right, which is nice. Arms do lift up this side, as you can see, and they also rotate. There's a double hinge-ish elbow there, which bends all the way around, which is very nice. And the hands are on ball joints. He does have a crunch there at the abdomen and a waist swivel. Legs do lift out all the way, as well as forwards, backwards. There is a single hinged knee here, no top thigh cut, but the thigh does rotate around anyway. The feet are on rocket and pivot. He does actually have like a stylized version of like a jeans on there, look, with the proper boots, which is nice because they poke out the bottom and they do go all the way up. So that's nice. It just things stop on the figure about the waist there, and then this just becomes just like a mechanical piece of plastic to hold all the pieces together. So with this figure, we also got two interchangeable hands. So we got an oval shaped hand, and we also got another sort of slicing hand, but we've got one of those each on anyway, so I'm going to leave the hands I've got on. So I believe this hand is meant to hold the actual voice changer. Surprise, Sydney. You got the wrong guy. And then we've got the different knives. So we've got we've had this one before with Michael Myers, Chucky. This one we've seen multiple times. Same with this one. I believe we've had this with Michael Myers on several occasions. This is a newish one to me, though. I'm not familiar with this one. So I don't know. That's a newish one to me anyway. And then we also get the nice big scythe, which again, can't remember for the life of me him ever using a scythe in the films. Is it in the fourth one? Because I've not seen that very much. Or the TV series, I've not seen that. I'm a fan of the original franchise, though. The original three. In their fifth film in the works now as well. I'll have to rewatch the fourth. So I'm going to pull the hood down on this one and see how easy it is to pop this head off. What just popped off there? Whose hand? I was popping the head off and the hand popped off with it. Oh, where's that just gone? No, that's Joker's hand. Found another hand on the floor though. Oh, what have I done? We're going to take a short intermission. Right. I can't find that handful of them and it's under my desk somewhere. I need to go locate that afterwards. It's black and I can't got a torch right now, so that's going to be fun to find later. So I've just attached the alternate hand on for now. But back to the head. Pull this back again. So you can just see it's just a little ball joint there on the top. So we've just taken off the regular head. We also have this sort of muckied up variant, which I like. That's a pretty cool head. I'll put the hood back up. See, that's a very cool head as well. The worn one. And again, if we just pop that off. We've also got this blooded variant, which I think is the one that I'll be keeping on him. Along with one of the blooded knives. Because that looks a bit sinister. So that's very cool. But of course, the other one that is also very cool is the fact that we also get a glow-in-the-dark variant. Now, this variant as well, if I could be very tempted to get one of these knives that I've got from a previous figure that's just plain, because I like the blood splatter on that one. Some of them are just plain, and I would love to paint it green. and then use this as the like Scream 2, you know, when they were in the movie theatre for Stab, and they gave them all the costume, it had a glow-in-the-dark face on it, and then all the kids had like glow-in-the-dark knives and stuff. I'd love to have that as a figure, so I could be very tempted to leave the glow-in-the-dark on. And again, that looks very cool. I'm going to leave that under a bright light for a few hours, and if you check on my Instagram, which is Super Sorrel, you'll be able to see the glow-in-the-dark head glowing. I'll do a little video thing of it. But for now, I think I'm going to keep this head. I'm going to go for the knife, because that was what he used in the movie. And yeah, with that rounded hand, it holds that perfectly. That's going to be my display. I just stabbed myself. Oh, them things are sharp for plastic. That jagged edge hit me. This left hand on mine pops off all the time now. So that's a real shame. And you can't get the arm sleeve to roll up properly to see what's going on. I'm reluctant to snip it. So off camera I might take the jacket off and have a good look at what's going on there. But guys, we'll head on down to the desk cam and take a closer look at this figure. So let's head on down to the desk cam. So here he is, guys, looking awesome. I'm loving that blood splattered mask with that knife. That looks so good, all bloodied up. The costume itself is very similar to the one that we got with the clothed Neca figure. The articulation's pretty good. You can get him in some decent posing. I've got him sort of leaning right now to one side, which is nice, and he's comfortably posted. I'm going to try and get that foot flat in a minute. But it does seem to help him stand. He sort of rocks on it a little bit. But the figure itself is really nice. My only niggle is the hands on these things. Same as all the other Necas. Once you've taken the hands off once, that factory seal's gone. And even though you're meant to be able to change the hands, they're never as secure. The hand on this thing pops off all the time. But then again, I suppose it is for display purposes. It's not a children's toy, which it does say on the box. It's not meant to be played with. So I do understand why it doesn't stay in, like, as if you were going to play with it, sort of thing. So I do get that. It is literally for display, and for display, it is perfect. The hand will stay in. But it just annoys me whenever I want to move it, whenever I want to, like, change something or move it, I've got to literally remove the hand to take the thing out to put it back in. Otherwise, it'll just keep breaking off. And eventually, you will stretch the hole out doing that, so I don't know. It's just me. I love the fact that they included the little tassels under his arms. I'm not sure if they included that in the last model. We're going to compare them side by side in just a moment. Yeah, so with that, let's go and get the other figure and do the side by side. So here they are side by side. The only real difference between the two of them is the fact that the left one is the Neca cloth one, which is 7 inches in height, and the other one is 6 inches in height. The only real difference between the two figures, actually, other than height, is the fact that this guy has cloth trousers rather than the jean ones. But I prefer this look. I prefer the 6-inch look, to be honest. But it is cool to see both of them stood side by side. But yeah, I do prefer the 6-inch version now. Now I've got that bloodied up face as well. Do prefer it. Don't forget to check back later on Instagram, guys, when this video is live, because on my Instagram you will be able to see this glowing in the dark. It's not got enough power to glow right now, and I do want to get this video edited and stuff, so check back on my Instagram, @SuperSorrel, and you'll be able to see the mask glow. Right, guys, let's head back to the main cam and finish off this video. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this Ghostface killer? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you a fan of Scream? And if so, which one is your favourite movie? Let us know in the comments down below. What's your favourite scary movie? And, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, SuperSorrel, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you. Bye!